Yo, and we're back. Listen, last week we done the 30-minute beat challenge, which was strict. When I mean strict, I mean we started the timer from the time we selected the sample till we ended the beat. Obviously, I didn't finish it in time. I had a session afterwards, but I was like, you know what? Let me give another 30 minutes and see if I can add some tweak bits to the beat. You know what I'm saying? So this is what this video is here. I want to go through and break down some of the extra things I did and how I even approached it. But you know what? Let's go and get this thing started. Let's switch over to the other screen right now. Okay, boom, we're locked in, we're involved. So, as you saw in the last video, I was rushing to get a reverse done because I really wanted to create like a nice sort of intro to the beat. And I succeeded with that. I succeeded. If you listen here, you see how that was running through. Like that there, that's the sample reverse. But let's go check the source. Obviously, I'm telling you, if you want to add instant source to the beat, halftime by Cable, guys. This plugin, as you can see, I've got a loop and a half. Loop, you know. Rah. Let me take that off. You see, it's very quite choppy. But let me turn up the volume a bit more on that, just so you guys can hear that. So with that, I took the sample. I took what? I think the first 2 bars of the sample, reversed that, and then I time stretched it as well, just so it can be a bit longer. There was a certain part of the chop that I really liked, you know? Then we added on the halftime. Does it want to add on? And then we have that movement, you know what I mean? I wanted something that really brought movement into the beat to be like, yo, we're here. So I feel like that captured that. Let's go back here to the output. Is that normalized? Cool. So that was one of the first elements I was like, I needed to get that down, because for me, every beat needs an intro. It needs something to just usher you in. And I love reverse sounds. Yet again, before we even get to that snare, there was another reverse sound. Obviously, I was on the roads, yeah? I was doing my thing on the roads, just to add some little pling, 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 pling. You know how it has to be. So, let me solo the roads now. So, this first bit that you hear, that, just the octave that I just done, yeah? You hear that? Sweet, sweet, sweet. So we kept that there. Obviously, we got some reverb going on there. And yo, we reversed it. Audio sweet, hit reverse, you saw it. So then we get this. Just because of that reverb tail, when you reverse that, anytime anything's got some reverb on and you reverse that, it just makes such a sweet sound. So then I was like, hey, throughout the track, I'm going to take those Rhodes octaves that I placed. As you can see, like here, I'll mute that. And what we're going to do is we're going to reverse it. So let's just shift to here. You'll hear that. It's nice. It's calming. It's kind of tranquil. There we go. And again, it should go back to the dun, dun. Cool. Almost sounds like a doorbell. You know what I'm saying? Then I was like, let me sprinkle a reverse one along with that. So it's sort of like a call and response, right? So it really adds like some soundscape. So it really gives you a sense of space in the beat, because the beat is quite dark as well. So I just wanted something to just brighten it up a bit. And I thought that right there, it added a little, you know, a little thing there. Now, I was playing the bass and obviously I was caught up with trying to capture an idea, but I liked sort of where I was going. And I thought, let me develop that. So let's hear how what I did with the bass, right? Just keep it simple. Then here we get more adventurous. Just to add some more movement in the beat. Add a little run just to make you feel like there's a different section. And then I just repeated that again. Simple, kept it simple, but I wanted to add some sort of movement so like you're sort of telling a story with the bass, because the drums were just very boom, 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 boom. So it's almost what we're trying to do here. If we lock in the bass and the drums with just a kick, so we're almost mirroring the bass in some points and then allowing it to speak. So the kick, I didn't want to do to a 4 to a floor thing, as you saw, but we're still emphasizing the strong notes of that bass. So when we usually get to the 1, we're locked in. So with the bass, it adds a bit more of a story. I'm gonna be real, like I said before, drums are my Achilles heel. But next time we'll fix that. As I said, we try to keep it to the time limit, right? So on top of that, with the drums, when I wasn't quite done just yet. So just a nice snare. There we go. But for me, because I wanted to add a bit more dimension and soundscape to this, you can see I got reverb on here. Yeah, the reverb is sitting pretty. Let's even find out which reverb this is, because this is a stock reverb in Pro Tools. It's my go-to for like all instruments. It's called Deverb, right? Here it is. Whole preset. Boom. Nothing fancy. 100% wet. It's all good. Here you can see I've just bust it out to what? Minus 8.6. That's there. Just to add that space, right? Just to make it fill out a bit more. I wanted to, when you hear that snare, feel it diffusing through. But on top of that, I was like, I want to add some grain, you know? Listen, isotope vinyl, I love it. I absolutely love it. You can hear right now, you hear that? You hear that sort of output sound coming through. If I mute it, put it back on, there's just a bit more fizz on the high end to make it just pop a little bit. It's a little trick that I like to do. Here you can see we've warped it a bit and we've added some wear. Obviously you can go crazy with the wear. Let's put that up to 100%. And that really starts to take away some of the high frequencies. So slap that back to, I think it was about 18, something like that. So we done that to get a bit jiggy and locked in, you know what I'm saying? So from there, obviously we kept the sample the same. Near enough, we kept that the same. You saw that in the other video. It's cutting through on Serato sample, really getting that through. I'll overlay that here, you know. Yet again, getting the bass to really complement the sample to move with it. I think it's really key, because I don't always like, with my samples, I'll stop that there. With my samples, I like to try and challenge myself and not just do like a simple loop. Like, believe me, sometimes just go for that. It makes sense. But I like to be a bit creative. And in this challenge, I wanted to push myself a bit more. So I was like, let's try and do something different and manipulate it a bit more. So that's how we got that. And obviously inspired some creativity with the bass to be like, yo, let's make this bass sort of sing with the sample, almost as if the original sample, the bass was there. So that's something that I was really trying to achieve and push through there. We got that. Next, shakers to add that movement. Yeah, again, let me just sample the shakers just so you can feel how the shakers are getting a bit jiggy, you know? So, yeah, again, I took these shakers. We got that there, and I was like, yeah, again, I just want to add like just some more space onto it. So yet again, the deverb, it's the same thing on the bus. It's going to the reverb send, yeah. Wait, I ain't gonna shambaz. It's there. The reverb is verbing. It just adds a little bit more dimension to the shaker. But as you can see, it's just very light because the signal is so low. The shaker's just in the background just to help it move a bit more. Like, let's bring that up here. What, minus 9.4. If I put it back here, give that shaker some volume. And as you can see, like I've recorded it in and I made just little chops just so it wasn't just a static sort of shaker sound. And then if you're probably hearing through headphones or if you're listening through some speaker monitors, you can hear I've tried to widen it a bit more just to give it more spread. So the way I was thinking about this is that sometimes when I'm producing a beat, I try to think of if I'm on stage, where are the instruments on stage? And I really want to try and push that through on the production to be like, okay, the shakers are over there. I don't want everything straight in the center, you know? So sometimes adding some stereo with it does something there. Like it does a lot. So linking to that, yeah, we got, let me unmute this. We got another element of percussion here. The blocks I recorded in. It's like let me just give them their own shine because it's very subtle. Just that. So with this now, whoo. All right, with this, I used fresh air, right? This is just to boost the high end a bit more, just to make it stick out a bit more because a lot of the beat, I would say, is in the lower frequencies. So this was done here just to try and make it poke out a bit more. Along with that auto pan, because it's like that I wanted it to bounce between, so almost as if someone is running left and right across you with this sound. That's how I wanted it to feel. Because this beat seems quite eerie and dark. I wanted it to feel like, oh, what's that? What's that going on? So you can see here we got auto pan here. Set it to the same BPM of the beat. You'll see that flicking around the soundscape in a second. There we go. It's just real gentle, but things like that make a difference. And then on top of that, we had to add some delay on it, right? Let's see if I can find where's this delay send. There we go. Let's go through. Where's my delay? Have I hit that? And there we go. Delay send. We got a mod delay 3. Yeah, again, this is all stock Pro Tools. Most of the time I try to say stock. So if I move to another door, I can just be like, cool, I can get my way around. If I'm using someone else's laptop, another session, I still want to be able to get around that. So yeah, there's just a stock delay on that. Now, what else have we got? We heard the guitar. We saw me recording that in the last one. Let's see where that's at. There's that vinyl again. That's just going to be playing through the whole track just to add a bit more dynamics. But the guitar again, That's it. Just kept it very, very, very simple. So in context, again, that sound there, I haven't put no reverb on it, right? I was going through my guitar amp into the Neve, bang straight in. But because there's so much other elements going on at the time, especially with the Rhodes, it makes it even feel like that's moving into its own space. It's just a nice, and a part of the beat that's less busy. So, you know, let me load down that shaker again. Where is that? I think that was 8.6. Just so it sits more in the background. Again, more of them reverse sounds just to really get it through. So that right there was a super quick breakdown of the extra bits that I'd done on the 30-minute challenge. But I'm gonna tell you this, even though them drums, I'm gonna come closer again, even though the drums are my Achilles heel, this plugin is rude. This Paper Drums plugin, oh no, I have to shout him up. This producer Dylan Kidd, when I tell you, this guy is dope. Like, I met him in LA, right? Went to his studio, his drums are ready. When we recorded just his drums in, I was like, that's the sound I need. That's the sound I need. He was like, yo, I've got a plugin. I was like, swear down. How much? $7. Calm. When I tell you, this thing here, whew, like, again, listen, this ain't sponsored or anything like this, but I have been using these drums in a lot of my productions recently since I got this. Like, I got this in January. This is going to be in a lot. Like, it's crazy. Like, yo, you got the reverb built in. You can really go crazy with. You can go crazy with this, and like the sounds. Like, listen, this, when you talk about value for money, and I like value for money, I ain't gonna front. This here is probably the best value for money plugin you can get. At $7, yeah, you ain't getting better value than this. For drum sounds, you are set. Like, the thing is solid. As I said, Paper Drums, I'm gonna put it down in the description. I ain't getting no bread from this, but this is just one of those things where I'm like, you have to talk about it. This plugin here for drums, if you ain't got it, add it into your arsenal. Like, it's fire. I can't front. I don't like to use bare plugins on my stuff. I like using all of the hardware that I have. But that thing for drums, I'm gonna say it again. Dylan Kidd's Paper Drums. Cop that. If you cop it, tell him that Seb Chedick told you to cop that. Yet again, I have not been paid for this. But listen, it bangs. So, anyway, we're coming to the end of the video because that's the breakdown. But I ain't really too happy with that beat, so I might have to pick another sample and run that again. But what I wanted to know, if anyone feels like they want to do it themselves, please, cop the Por Favor pack. Let me see what you got. Or better yet, if you want to come down to the dust, comment. Get in the comments and be like, yo, I want to do the 30-minute challenge. Because you know what? As a concept, I thought this thing was going to be easy. It was going to be a cakewalk. But while I was doing it, I was like, rah, I really did get caught up in thinking I have unlimited time. But hey, again, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. And if you want to do one yourself and come down to the dust, listen, fling in a comment. Let's get busy, man. Enjoy, guys. I'll catch you next week for the next video.